Can you look at their application, and if they don't meet the requirements, give them a period of time to do
No,
after they go through the lottery?
no.
So you're basically leaning towards merit on everything.
I think it's what makes, I think that's almost how we have to do it. Unless we're gonna come through and we say, we're gonna split up the zones to say, 3 and 3 or some other deal. But my deal is, I think if we're gonna have the cultivate, I mean, it makes sense in the sense that we've added this extra distinguishment. But I think if we look at it from a holistic system, I think we ought to do merit for anybody who's growing. A dispensary growing should be a merit system, and it should equate to the other.
Well, it would make sense that all of them, we have to assume that all of them are going to grow. So
And could. Well, we could,
So-
and that contemplates the act straight up. And, the other stuff we've done, maybe we did it out of good intentions, and, this is where the struggle comes in. I see that is, we get to do what everybody gets to do. We get to draft stuff, and, we're drafting in the public, which is always hard. But it makes sense to me that it's a merit system. To me, it could all be a merit system, and if they don't want to grow, then that may be a chance that they're taking.
and I could go with merit system all the way down. I mean, I like the system. That's,
I guess I'm still at the point where I guess I move that we make one merit system for the dispensaries, and we effectively are adopting the same system as cultivators. That's how I think we ought to do it. But I'm just worthless.
I agree with merit on the cultivators. I think it's the key to the market, and there's fewer of them. I think the more lottery we do, and the more opportunity we get, the more people on the
And I think we need to stick with lottery on the dispensaries. I think that, I like how we have it set up now in the rules, as if we have to do lottery, that the dispensary and cultivators have to go through to make the merit requirements.
Have higher criteria. We can put a bond on those if you want. I mean, we can put that criteria higher, but we can lottery to get there.
Yes. Okay, so we've had a lot of discussion on that, so are y'all ready to stick with what we got? Put a motion to continue what we have, or you want to?
So, is it going to be, obviously we have until May 8th, but that has to, if we put out some, that's final, right, but we get something out for public comment now. And whether it's during that public comment that House Bill 254, Senate Bill 254 is considered, then at that point, I guess I'm trying to understand, if we make it merit-based, is it harder to go back to lottery-based, or is it harder to go from lottery to merit? It's not going to matter.
You have already discussed, and drafts of rules for both lottery and merit components have been put before you. It is easy to have a section that states, if this provision of the Arkansas Medical Marijuana Amendment is stricken by the General Assembly, these rules apply.
I like that.
So what
If
will
they
apply?
if they strike.
No,
I think we're all in agreement on merit for the cultivation. Seems like
just how we do it, right?
I think we're all square there. I think the debate we're really having here is, how are we going to do the dispensaries, by way of pure merit or by way of lottery and then applying criteria?
And mine's more specific, strictly to if legislatively they change, they amend the amendment and change it, then I really.
If your preference is merit-based to evaluate dispensaries while they have the option to cultivate, which you can't take away from them.
Right.
But if that option is not there, you want to go to the lottery with meeting criteria, then it is easy to take the existing rules that you have
Put both of them in there.
as, here are the rules under the amendment as passed. If this, and then the contingency, if this section is stricken by the General Assembly, these rules will apply. And then you have, all you have to do is decide how you want that evaluation to be handled.
So lottery if it passes and lottery merit.
See, I would still say merit, I'd just go down the merit system if it doesn't pass. In other words, the default, in my mind, the default is the merit system. And then we're saying if that gets stripped away, then maybe we have the lottery kind of as the backup.
So you're still saying to do both
I'm
merit
saying
for
give-
both
give-
cultivation and dispensaries?
It's one system.
Yeah,
one
but we're not
merit
saying,
system
like, we're
right
not
now.
saying that, right?
Right, I'm saying we should,
You're saying
I'm saying
that,
change it to a merit
Merit-based.
system for dispensaries, right now while they have the option to grow. And then add, as Mr. DePippa would say, if the Senate bill passes and all of a sudden they can't grow anything, they're all by default retail stores.
and so we're saying that
Then
keep it
you
as,
could change it to the lottery
so
system.
we're saying keep it as a lottery and then evaluate the dispensary and cultivators
Well, you're gonna
based
have
on the
that-
merit.
Well, you're gonna have that at the end of the lottery system anyway.
Well, that's what we're saying, at the end of the lottery system. If they dispense and cultivate.
So, yeah.
That, so, you're saying strict merit
So
on everything.
I'm saying
And
we
we're
we
saying-
take what we have currently and we make it the alternative if the Senate bill passes so no one can grow the 50 plants. And then we make as the current version, the merit system, basically pulling from the cultivators. That'd probably be the cleanest way for me to explain it.
Can we just do it without the Senate bill for now, since, if y'all don't mind? Because we don't have the Senate bill passed. And it'll be, I mean, we have to move on, and I know we want to. And then put the language that Joe said about if it passed in there. But I think we got two people saying, we're saying different things. Pure merit and lottery merit is different than pure merit.
Right.
And so, at this point, we need to take the two and kind of distinguish how we do.